I'm going to mute all. Um, I am going to put everything on Do Not Disturb. And I gotta go. Um, mm, I'm all discombobulated. All right. Let me go ahead and log in from my other computer. And then, like I said, whatever questions you guys have, feel free to ask them. But I kind of want to walk through launches is really what it is. Because a lot of you are launching. And so I think it's important to go back through and address launching. So I just got to get my computer logged in real quick. And then join.
Recording in progress.
Disconnect the audio. All right. Drop a one in the chat if you can see my screen. It looks like it automatically shared. So we should be good to go. All right. If you can see my screen, drop a one in the chat for me. If you can see my screen, drop a one in the chat. I can't see. Chat. Okay, great. So good afternoon. Thank you guys for joining. We totally are not supposed to be having a call. It's all good. I'm gonna do this training. And then I love y'all. If you have questions, drop it in the chat. But this is very important. All right. There's a lot of people that are launching. And I said to myself, on the next call, this is what I'm going to be training. So do me a favor, be careful when you are moving your mouse. Because when you're watching this type of meeting, um, you might draw on the whiteboard. So some of you all have a product that's $4.97. Some have $9.97. Some have $14.97. Um, let's say $3,997, $9,997, and then we have a $15,000 offer. All right. So those are some of the price points of the offers that we have. There are several type of launches that you can do in your business. For an example, you have the typical webinar launch. Webinar, let's say 60 to maybe 90 minutes. All right. 60 to 90 minutes of teaching with a call to action. Now, I usually say anywhere from 297 to even you could even do 1997, right? Depending on the relationship or how you've nurtured them. Is this audience warm or are they cold? If it's a warmer audience, you could probably get up to 2997. All right. We're gonna just say warm here. Super cold, you want to stay in this area right here if it's a cold audience. All right. So that's a one time presentation, 60 to 90 minutes. Now, the next thing we have is a 2-day event. So this could be a live, it could be virtual. I know she does a 3-day boot camp. But she's already sold that from her webinar, if I'm not mistaken. So Lena does a webinar and then sells into her 3-day event. We do a 2-day workshop. So you've seen the 2-day workshop that we've done for the last, oops, for the last 6 months. Is it 6 cycles? One, two, three, four, five, six. Yeah, we've done 6 cycles. Now, so it's about 2 to 3 hours long each day, right? Um, Typically a new audience. We've nurtured them with some video, but they may have interacted with our Facebook page. By the time they have opted in, they're getting nurturing emails to become a part of the 2 day workshop. So, with the 2 day workshop, your price point can go anywhere. I say from 3,000. It can honestly go anywhere up to $20,000. All right, you can sell up to $20,000. Some people can sell more. They might have like a little bonus, Q&A over here if they're doing like a 40K type of deal. All right. Now I'm telling you this for you not to deviate from this process. I'm telling you this because I know the process works. I'm going to say this again. If you're doing a traditional 60-minute webinar, you can sell anywhere from $297 to $1997. If your product is more than $1,000 to $2,000, you want to build a relationship. There is no way that you are going to, I ain't gonna say it's no way. I'm not gonna say it's no way. Here is the percentage of people that will purchase your product at a higher price point, especially being a cold audience. All right, you've probably seen this before. The numbers don't lie. So this is 1 to 3%. Y'all know I call this the profit blueprint. Well, the profit pyramid. Y'all know my little writing. So this is 30%, 30%, and 30%. So 1 to 3% of your audience is ready and willing to buy right now. If that makes sense, put a yes in the comments, okay? So some people are like, oh well, I can do a webinar and I can sell a $10,000 product. Your messaging has to be tight. Your marketing has to be tight. And even with your messaging being super tight, like crystal clear to the problem that you're solving for the people that you solve it for, 1 to 3% of those individuals will purchase. So your conversion rate is going to be 1 to 3%. This is why I tell you to nurture and educate, because this is where they're going to purchase. Oops. Because I've spent, and they can even purchase over here too, right? But you've spent 2 hours on one day, 2 hours on one, or 3 hours on one day, and another 3 hours. So anywhere from 4 to 6 hours. 4 to 6 hours. And what do we say? We market to the 67% because these are the people that are considering, right? They're considering whatever the problem or whatever the product that you have. Like, I know Candace is here. Candace does automations and does systems. So 7% are considering putting systems in their business. Some, 30% hadn't really thought that they were ready to be there. So never considered. Didn't think it was for me, right? They may be under $100,000 in their business. So they're like, well, Candace, systems aren't for me because I haven't made it to $100,000. Well, guess what? Yes, it is. Candace says, well, let me show you why. I'm hosting a 2 day event to show you why systems are for you. Same thing with Angela. Angela talks about the resiliency. No, she has a specialized program that she uses. So a lot of people might think, well, oh, I don't need that. Even with leadership. Eric and I had this conversation in Cabo this weekend. Um, Even people that don't believe they need leadership development, right? You have to educate the 67% as to why they actually need the products and services that you have. If your product is priced over $9.97, you need to have more than 1 day with them. Now, some people may be like, well, I don't want to do a virtual event. You can actually do a 3 day, it could be a 3 day live in person event. This is where most people sell their high ticket offers, anywhere from 15 to $80,000. I've seen it, even $100,000. Okay, 3 day event. Listen, let me tell you something. By the time you spent 3 days with people, um, they get to know you, your personality. Oh my God, this is the person that I want to work with, right? So, this is why it's very important, because I know several of you are getting into this space and you're launching and you might do your first webinar and you're like, oh, it didn't work, right? Come on, let's keep going. So, you did one webinar, you had 10 people. Oh, well, only two showed. Um, what is that? 25% show rate? 20%. 20% show rate. All right, but now that you done the first one, you got it out the way. So let's say you do the next one. 30 people register. 10 people show up. Oops. Mm. 10. What is that? 33% show rate. Y'all do know that the average show rate is 20 to 30%. So even with two people, you're still meeting industry strength, industry standards. That's what be killing me. So here's what's gonna happen. You're gonna do the next one. Let's just say you start running ads and you get 60 people and then 20 people show up, right? Same thing. Still 33% show rate, which is really good. Now you start, you got 20 people, you close two, you might close one, you might not close anybody. But what you're not realizing is you're learning the process of launching. You're learning the process of consistency. You're learning the process of what do we talk about in week 12 in our profit blueprint? So we go through the 12-week launch methodology. So in week 9, we deliver, right? In week 11, we analyze. We go through and analyze our number. Do you realize we did a training in February, March, April, May, June, July? After every single training or every single workshop, I went back and I analyzed the numbers. So, for an example, February, right? We did is I'm trying to tell you, February, and I've done the exact same workshop every single month. That's why I said the people that's here needed to be here. Um, and you cannot give up in the middle of the process, right? So February, we did 2 day workshop. Um, we closed new people into the mastermind. And I think we didn't run any ads. I just sent out an email and a text message and was like, hey, we doing this thing, da 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 da. We may have had like 15 people show, but we had like a 40% close rate. So it's like, all right, well, cool, it works. Now let's put some money behind it and get in front of new people. Boom, 2 day workshop. And now I'm looking at how many people are coming to the landing page versus how many people are opting in. So, oh, okay, maybe I change the message on the landing page. You don't change the whole launch model. You don't just go say, oh, I did one webinar in February, I did one webinar in March, and now I'm going to go do a 5 day challenge. No, baby, that's not how it works. It's consistency. You're going to do that thing over and over and over again every single month. Every month that you don't take action is a month that you're leaving money on the table. Ooh, y'all get a fresh training. Y'all get a fresh training, fresh out of Cabo. All right. And so then March, boom, 2-day workshop again. So this time, one of the things that we noticed was the messaging in the ad. We changed the name of the mastermind from 10K Mastermind because I realized I'm not only working with people that want to hit the 10K, but I'm also working with people that want to hit 500K. So my messaging needs to reflect in that. Are you giving yourself enough time to allow your messaging to be tweaked, to allow the tweaks on your pages? Like your messaging is in the ad, your messaging is on your landing page, your messaging is in your content that you teach, right? Like, are y'all getting this? Is this making sense? Is this helping anybody? Or can I just go back and be on vacation? Just kidding. Um, so we realized who was in our audience. And so we actually changed the name of the program. For a second, it was like Tribe Mastermind because I couldn't think of a mastermind that I really wanted it to be. I don't know. We just call it the mastermind. But as we got better and we started perfecting the process, now you got April. Um, I think we tweaked. I think April is when the ads started, we started exhausting the audience and started had to play with the audience. So we may have tweaked the ad, right? And the messaging on the ad, or even not even the messaging, but the image. So you're creative. The image for the ad. But do you notice what stays consistent? What stays consistent? Put it in the chat. What stays consistent? The launch method, the mechanism. I have not changed it in 6 months. Right. The launch methodology has not changed. I am still doing, after 6 months, the same launch model. You don't change it because it works. Got it? What did I change? I changed messaging on the landing page. I tweaked the creatives. I tweaked my ads. I changed the name of the program so that the program could attract the audience. Those are the things that I tweaked. Why? Because I'm looking at KPIs. Right? What I tell you, KPIs are, registration rate. How many people registered? How many people showed? One thing we did in the month of July, we did a raffle. I don't know how many of you guys were on that one, right? I don't even know if you call it a raffle, but you had to be there for both days in order to win. And I gave $100 gift card to Amazon. $100 gift card to Amazon if you stayed both days. That helped our, not only did it help the show rate on day 2, it helped the consistency to make sure that they came back. So note, right? $100 gift card. Because one of the things that we did when we looked at our KPIs from our launch is how many people registered, how many people showed up, how many stayed both days. So if you're doing just a regular webinar, how many stayed until the end? You want to know that because you want to know, where are people dropping off? Because do I need to change my content? Before you change before you change the launch method, you have to look at all of these other KPIs over here. So close rate, based on how many people closed, how many people showed up, how many did I enroll? Well, how did my close go? Did I do a great job? Another thing that really, really helped recently, and now in some of these, were testimonials. So, you have to take all of this in consideration. I didn't use testimonials in February and March. We might have did in March. If it wasn't March, it might have been April. Oh, y'all ain't even tell me I wrote March twice. Man, y'all got me teaching an extra day. Y'all got me writing stuff that ain't supposed to be. um, but testimonial, right? Testimonials work really, really well. But in February, I didn't have it. Tabitha, when she does her first one, she's not gonna have it. You might have a case study that you can use.
So we can use our case studies in I do have some case studies, so I can use those
Absolutely.
and they'll probably
Absolutely.
show up and they're probably gonna show up. So that's
Absolutely.
perfect. Okay.
So we're just going through every single and I'm actually recording this for people that are not here. But we're just going through behind the scenes of what we've done for the last 6 months. You guys have seen us do the same workshop every single month for the last 6 months consistently. I have not changed it. I have not changed. The only thing that we might have changed in May was we offer VIP. And I really didn't push it, to be honest with you. We were just looking at it like, okay, who's willing to invest, right? Who's willing to do an upsell? They're willing to do an upsell. What's the chance of them moving into a higher level? That's all we're looking for. Just trying to think of what else changed in like June and July. Oh, here's the biggest piece. This month right here, no one enrolled. No one enrolled. And I'm human. It crushed my spirits. I'm like, dang, what I mean, I know I help people solve a problem. I know we get results. We've already helped people get results. What went wrong in that launch where we didn't get anyone to enroll that month in April? Came back in May, made tweaks, and boom, we had like 4 people enrolled. Just that easy. We found our sweet spot based on our audience. But I wouldn't have known that had I stopped at April. Angela wouldn't be here. Tabitha wouldn't be here. Constance wouldn't be here. None of y'all would have been here had I not done the May workshop after we didn't enroll anyone in April. Y'all picking up what I'm putting down? Just think about had I gave up after April, because again, we made adjustments. Oh, we're gonna do this. And we made adjustments. Boom, nobody enrolled. Now, what if I'd have been like, oh, okay, well, I ain't doing it no more because ain't nobody enrolled? Nah. You make adjustments as you show back up. And look at that. I just called 3 of y'all names. And here you are. And we've done nothing but consistently enroll ever since then. We have perfected the model now after 6 months. How many months? Type it in the chat. How many months? 6 months. How many of you have done your webinar, your workshop 6 months consistently in your business? Exactly. It's consistency. It's consistency. You have to do it over and over and over again so that you can see what get tweaked. What do you need to adjust? What do you need to tweak? Is it the content? Is it the ad? Is it the sales page? Is it the registration page? Is it the thank you page? Another thing, in July, one of the things that we did in July, I was supposed to do it 3 months ago, 2 months ago. A freaking video on the thank you page telling them what to do next. And we had more people do an actual acceleration call in this particular. I had 40, like 38 or 48 appointments on my calendar, all because I updated my thank you page and I put a video on there and told them exactly what the next steps were. But again, it took me February, March, April, May, June. Oh, let me record this video and put this video up. And we still gonna tweak it for the next one. You think I'm gonna stop now? Absolutely not. Now it's time to optimize it even more. Now Definitely not stopping. So the message is, what would have happened if I stopped after April, where we didn't enroll anymore? Make sense? Any questions? Did this help? Did my bonus training help? Cabo help. I'm just playing.
Yes, it helped, which I have to get on your strategy calendar. I just got
Absolutely.
it today. Yeah, but that's how I felt. I was like, okay, this is good training ground, and I'm going to tweak and keep doing it. That's it. Because it's consistency with anything in life.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And so one of the things I was showing earlier is once you pick one, you stick with it consistently and you continue to implement and you continue to tweak. Um, a lot of people want to try this and say, oh, it's not working after the first or second, maybe even third time. I've showed you. Even the third time, it's like, oh, this is not working. No, it's not that it doesn't work. It's something that we don't have that's in alignment with the process that needs to be revisited. All right, so I'm going to open it up for questions.